everyone, Lucas here, and today I'm making a video on what I would call the most underrated accessory for the Xbox One. Now, I've heard a lot of people calling this accessory one of the most overpriced, expensive, waste of money accessories that you can get for the Xbox One, and that's strange because I actually think it's one of the best. Now, what I'm talking about is this thing here, and it's like the chat adapter, which came out with the original Xbox One, so you could plug in a headphone adapter into it there. Now, originally, this is the original Xbox controller here. Let me move this one out of the way. That's the original Xbox controller that came with my Xbox Fat, if you want to call it that, the Xbox One Fat. And if you look underneath there, it just has this proprietary plug in the bottom here, which you can't actually plug a headphone jack into. There's no 3.5mm headphone jack. If you wanted to plug in headphones, you were forced to buy this thing, which plugs into the bottom like that and gives you the headphone jack there. Okay, so problem solved. The only thing is, I think this thing's about $30 retail. Now, I kind of understand why people think that that's a bit of a gimmick, while the PlayStation 4 controller out of the factory comes with a headphone jack in it. So, you know, people are naturally saying, oh, that sucks, you know, the Xbox One, you have to buy an extra adapter for it. But the thing is, I really like it because although you're paying $30 for a headphone jack, you're getting all these buttons as well. Currently, with the latest controllers that are out, this is my Xbox One S controller. The Xbox One X controller also is pretty much exactly the same as this one. Underneath, you've got a 3.5mm headphone jack. But the thing is, when you are playing a game, if the game's too loud or your friends are too loud or vice versa and you need to adjust it, you need to press the home button, you need to go across to the settings, and you need to adjust it in-game. Whereas with this thing here, you can set it just using the buttons on here. And you can mute really quickly and easily by pressing the mute button in the middle. You don't have to fumble around with any mute buttons that might be on your headset. And if your headset doesn't have a mute button, you're going to have to go into your chat party settings to mute the microphone. These have all of the controls right here on the controller. Now, that is something that the PlayStation 4 controller doesn't have. There is no controls on here. You have to do the same thing. Either you use your headset's controls and your headset mute, or you go into your party settings and you change it like that. So what I'm recommending, and you know, I'm not trying to sell these things, but just trying to make people's lives a little bit easier, because I still use this thing. It's fantastic. I don't really like using the original Xbox One controller because it just has the RF radio frequency in there that disconnects a fair bit. So I like to use the newer one, which comes with the built-in Bluetooth and connects to your One S via Bluetooth as well as the X via Bluetooth, and has a much better and stable connection. This thing never drops out, which is really cool. But what you can also do, it still has that proprietary plug underneath there, which means you can still use one of these. So if you find one in the store and you like the idea of having these buttons on here, I say grab one and use it. Plug your headphones into there and you're going to have all your controls. So this one's going to increase game sound, this one's going to favor the chat sound, and then you can turn the volume overall up and down and mute in the button there. That's my advice to you. If you've got one of these, use it, because it still works with the S and the X controllers. It's not just for the OG ones. So yeah, that's my advice for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up. If you really didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Put a comment in the section down below. Let me know, do you use one of these, or do you think it's a good idea, and will you go get one after watching this video? Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. And until my next video, I will see ya!